little later.
All right, ladies. So welcome to the Goddess Connection Circle for the month of March. Today is March 1st. Sorry, it took me a moment because it's the 1st of March. So yeah. Every month we get together and we do a free Goddess Connection Circle with the idea of exposing you to a lot of amazing, beautiful goddesses and their stories and their cultures, so that you can get familiar with. Sometimes there are going to be goddesses that you recognize and know and you've heard of at least, but sometimes there's going to be goddesses that you're not familiar with. So today's circle is a very special circle. We are connecting to a very special goddess that is very popular in the East, but not as well known in the West, and that would be goddess Benzaiten. So today we have a very special guest, which is Marlu Martin, our lead enchantress in the Goddess Academy. And she is my co-facilitator in the Priestess program. And this, by the way, is her matron goddess. So she is the expert on Goddess Benzaiten and everything to do with Goddess Benzaiten. She has put together a beautiful presentation, a beautiful PowerPoint, and she is a fountain of knowledge when it comes to this goddess. So please welcome her, and I give the floor to Marlu. And talk to us, Marlu.
Thank you for that introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm Marlu, and yes, Benzaiten is my matron goddess, and I would never have thought so. I am Cuban American. I don't know anything about Japan, not very much anyway. And she came to me in a vision, and after that, we've been buddies. And I connect to her almost on a daily. On Fridays, I connect to her with a ritual, and it's been amazing. She's taught me a lot, and today I'm going to teach you what I know about her. So I'm going to share my screen. This painting that you see here is a painting that I did for her before I got to know her very well. And in this painting, I have several items that you'll see. Around her neck, there is a key, which signifies that she has the key to different realms. She's got pearls because she's from the sea. She has a brooch that is a very special brooch that anybody that touches it will get their wish. They will get their wish come true. She comes from a lotus flower, like most Buddhist goddesses, and there's a dragon behind her, and there's a special story about it that I'm going to share with you. Wherever she goes, the dragon goes. So today's outline for the class, and this is a statue that is in Japan. She has many shrines. They're all in the coastal areas. As you can see, this is a biwa. It's not a lute like Saraswati, goddess Saraswati, Hindu goddess Saraswati has a lute. She has a biwa. A biwa is used when people want to create a story that they want to give to children or to other people in the area, like in a gathering, and they sing or chant a story with a biwa. And it's very interesting. So today we're going to talk a little bit about her origins. We're going to talk about her titles as a goddess. I'm going to let you know what her symbols are in case you want to perform a ritual to her. I'm going to learn about some rituals that you can do, and then I'm going to explain to you why the white dragon is so important with this particular goddess. I don't know very many goddesses that have animal familiars that stay with them like she does. And then I'm going to tell you about the white dragon and a spell that you can do to the dragon that will help you if you have a child that is ill. And if we have time, Lisette, I'll give it back to Lisette so we could do a meditation with her so you can connect with her further. Throughout the whole program, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask. Benzaiten, over everything, she's a goddess of many things, but she is well known as the goddess of everything that flows. So anything that flows, as you can see, there's a lot of things that she is a goddess of. Clarity, protection, nurture, beauty, communication, dance, song. I mean, even time and energy. anything that you can think of that flows, you can ask her for assistance and support. She comes in the 6th and 8th century from India as Saraswati. Saraswati is a Hindu goddess, and Saraswati comes usually in India. There are two main goddesses that are, there are many, but you either have Saraswati or you have Lakshmi in India, as well as other Indian goddesses. And Saraswati is the goddess of the regular people, of the middle class and then the poor, of people who are the bakers, are the beauty parlors, are the musicians, the singers. Saraswati is the goddess for those Indian people, while Lakshmi is the goddess for the wealthy and the people who have more money. So it is said in India that you cannot have both goddesses on the altar because they won't come to connect with you. It's either one or the other. So when Saraswati came in the 6th century to Japan and they started to get to know her, the Japanese found that there were things about Saraswati and things about Lakshmi that really made sense in the goddess that they started to see. Instead of Saraswati or Lakshmi, they started to see a different goddess, a different energy, an energy that had both of them together. And there is a section in the Sutra of Golden Light about her, about Benzaiten. Benzaiten coming in as the Japanese goddess of everything that flows. And in the Sutra of Golden Light, she comes in as a goddess of talents for the people because she comes from Saraswati. And Saraswati helps people who have different talents, like musicians and anything that is kind of work related. And so Benzaiten became goddess of talent at the time. So she was Benten as goddess of talent. And then and she was also mentioned in the Lotus Sutra. And the emperor of Japan took her on as his protectress, and the dragon as well. As you know, the Chinese and Japanese consider the dragon somewhat of a golden, important animal and a symbol for their countries. So the samurai and the emperors asked her to protect them. And then in the 1400s, there was a change in Benten's name, that she became Benzaiten, with a Zai changed from talent to wealth. And then later on, she became worshipped as the goddess of wisdom. So she goes from talents to protector to wealth to wisdom. And nowadays, in the Western world, she is being seen as the divine feminine goddess of Japan. So this is how you spell it in now, but it used to be spelled like this. You see the middle is different. It's because this one means talent and this one means wealth. So this is how she's spelled now in Japan. Ben means speech, words, or dialect, or anything that has to do with communication. Zai means wealth or money, and Ten means heaven. So that's what it means. She's a goddess of wealth and a goddess of influence and communication for the Japanese. In Shinto, she is considered a Myonoten. That means a goddess of wonderful sounds. So this goddess is revered in the Shinto and in the Buddhist religions. In Shinto, she is the goddess of wonderful sounds because, as I was explaining to you, when she takes the biwa, she's telling a story. And the Japanese do this in ceremonies, in celebrations. Someone will take a biwa, or they will take a guitar, or they will take any instrument, and with it they create a poem type of chant, and with that chant they tell a story, and that story is being passed on from generation to generation to generation. And that's how Benzaiten came along in different generations. So being Mayonoten, or goddess of wonderful sounds, she is the goddess of anything that has to do with the throat chakra and persuasion and influence. So people who want to speak in public, or they want to sing, will come to her and ask her to give her their blessings. She's also goddess of the sea. As you know, Saraswati is goddess of the rivers. And so she is goddess of the sea, because Japan is surrounded by an island, and it's seawater, it's not river water. So her energy started to shift, and that's how she became Benzaiten. It's a different culture, and it's a different place, and her energy shifted. So she became this goddess of the sea. And all of the shrines that she has in Japan, they're near the coastal areas. She's the goddess of protection, the goddess of peace, the goddess of courage, the goddess of luck. The Japanese consider her the patroness of the government, any officials in the government. Gamblers love her because she is the goddess of luck. Musicians love her because she is the goddess of communication, and she works with the throat chakra. The geishas in the past, they would venerate her, and dancers nowadays venerate her. She's also the goddess of marriage and good luck. Anyone who propagates her name, she protects. And so it's not just the old samurai and the old emperors, but anyone today that propagates her name. So she's also the goddess of love and beauty. As you know, Lakshmi is the goddess of love and beauty. So is Benzaiten. So it is said over there in Japan, if a woman wants a beautiful daughter, when they're pregnant, they go to the temple, Benzaiten's temple, and they fast and pray for 7 days so that their child is beautiful. Now in modern times, anywhere you need love, or you want to have your relationship be more passionate and maintain love within the relationship, you can ask her for love. She is the one that will bless you with love. So she is the goddess of divine feminine in Japan and rapidly growing all around the world. She's also the goddess of luck because she is the only female among 7 gods of fortune in Japan. So in the Shinto religion, there are 7 gods, and she is the only goddess. She's the only female in the 7. Each one of them rides a different type of animal. And she rides a type of bird that turns into a dragon. Supposedly, it's she's the one she's the one that's right here. And all the others are male. So how she became one of the 7 lucky gods is a whole new story, and it was pretty much created to make sure that Shintoism would survive, and they brought her in. So there's the legend of the dragon, and the legend goes like this. A dragon once ravaged a village in Kanagawa. Benzaiten swooped down from heaven and engaged the dragon. The dragon was taken aback by her beauty and wits and asked her to marry him. She declined, but influenced the dragon to cease his attacks. The dragon learned compassion and peace returned to the region. He positioned himself south of the island to keep his eyes facing Benzaiten. The island of Enoshima rose up in the place in which the dragon's lair once rested. There, 3 shrines exist for Benzaiten. Some people believe them to have been a couple and offered to the dragon also. The legend is believed to have begun from a roaring sea that encircles the island, made to be the dragon. Lightning would be the cause of Benzaiten showing up. After the storm, the seas became calmer, and it was assumed Benzaiten took care of it. She is depicted with a biwa, which is a Japanese lute. And she's usually either riding a golden or white dragon, usually a white dragon, or she is coming out of a lotus flower. She wears a jewel on her robe that grants wishes. And in her protector's role, she has more than 8 arms. Sometimes she even has 11 arms. And that just means that she's multitasking, that she has many things that she can do for a person. So mostly it's the 2 arms in prayer or holding the biwa. And then there's a spear, a sword, a bow and arrow, and an axe, all to symbolize protection, a key to symbolize knowledge and life, and a wheel, which means time, cyclic existence, which is another reason why she is divine feminine, and communion with the moon. And therefore, that's why she is divine feminine and love and beauty. So she has that brooch that is made of jade and coral, said to bestow spiritual gifts to those who touch it. And these are her symbols, as we had just talked about, but also a ship and gold or iron. Her favorite color is white, but she also likes to wear blue, silver, and yellow. You will see her in red also when she is the divine feminine goddess or the goddess of love. But her favorite colors are blue, silver, and yellow. White is her most favorite. And every time that she has an animal with her, her animals are white. Her feast day is the summer solstice, and the Retan goddess is going to be creating a summer solstice ritual for her this year. And she's also celebrated in the new year. When you want to bring her in for a circle, you can bring her in the west or the east, because she represents water and air. In the Shinto, when that's not in the slides, she also represents fire. Actually, in the Shinto religion, she is fire. She is the element of fire. So you can bring her in any of those 3 directions. And she is also said that you can bring her from the above, because she has the keys to different realms. So you can also give her honey and wild berries. You could put your altar with yellow flowers or water lilies. She loves jade, pearl, moonstone, and coral, which is not on here. String instruments like the mandolin and the guitar, which, by the way, if you're going to commune with her and get to know her, if you have a little bit of music in the background with a string instrument, that will help you connect. And then having a jade stone or pearls near you, and some of the yellow flowers, those will help. Her sacred animals are the dragon, the snake, the turtle, and the fox. The turtle because she is the sea goddess, and the fox because she is so witty. She's wisdom, she's persuasion, she's influence. So you can understand why those animals would be her sacred animals. Epidemium tea will help with fertility, will help with bad cramps in the period. It will help men who are having problems with impotence. So these are some ways to connect to her. You can meditate while listening to lute music or flowing water. You can wear jade, pearl, or moonstone for wish granting. You can write your intentions to Benzaiten on a piece of white paper and fold it to look like a snake. And then after you've put your intent on it, you burn the paper to send your intention. You can carry fabrics that resemble dragon scales to bring wealth. Lovers can write their names or a love note on a pink tablet and ring a bell, ding ding, as done in Enoshima to bring love. You can drink epimedium tea and ask the goddess to bless your studies. Because she is the goddess of knowledge, she can help you with your studies when you are learning anything. There's also a chant to Benzaiten, On Sora Soba Te E Sowaka. Master Shandao says that means, may the resulting merits and virtues be distributed everywhere without discrimination. So that just means that everybody gets to have virtues, everybody gets to have gifts and abilities. May we all aspire to perfect enlightenment for the sake of other sentient beings and be reborn together in the land of peace and joy. So that is perfect for the age of Aquarius, where we are all seeking enlightenment. We're all seeking to evolve and grow. We all want peace in the world, and for us all to have reached that enlightenment together. So On Sora Soba Te E Sowaka is the chant to her that will help the world to become a better place for all of us. And it is chanted 108 times, just like any Hindu goddess, any Buddhist goddess, 108 times. And here I wrote down for you what each word means so that you would understand it even better. Favors to Benzaiten. When you chant On Sora Soba, Te E Sowaka to Benzaiten, the traditional 108 times, you may ask for a favor. Here are some examples. And if you wish, I recorded 10 times On Sora Soba Te E Sowaka in chant for peace on earth. And then I said to reach enlightenment and wisdom, and then chanted 10 times. And then I said for clarity of mind and spirit, and chanted 10 times, and so forth. For eloquence, persuasion, and the powers of communication. For inspiration to write music, to write a book. I know some of you want to write a book. You can ask her. To create art, for love, for passion, for fertility, beauty, and divine feminine traits. For physical, mental, and spiritual protection. For fortune, prosperity, and wealth. For connection to the goddess and what she represents. You can ask Goddess Benzaiten for whatever you desire. So I have that chant if you want it. It's an audio format, and you can ask me and I'll send it to you. To welcome prosperity into your home, which, by the way, they do this in New Year's in Japan, you can sprinkle salt water at the entrance. To generate beauty inside or outside, you can soak in a bath of Epsom salts while listening to guitar music. So you just relax with guitar music and soak in Epsom salt and think about beauty, the beauty that you want inside or outside. To ask her for a favor, you don't want to chant 108 times. You can light a yellow or silver candle. You listen to acoustic guitar or any strings of your liking. You offer Benzaiten honey or wild berries in a small cup. Ask her for what you want. Light the candle a little bit every day for at least 15 minutes for 3 days while thinking of your intention. After 3 days, you thank her by throwing out the offerings and what is left of the candle from a high mountain or in a body of water. Here in Florida, it would have to be in a body of water. We don't have mountains. Simple, but very efficient. For prosperity, this ritual is inspired by practices of the shrine in Kamakura. It is best done in New Year's Day or any day of prosperity, and you can do it anytime. You're gonna need 4 candles, 3 white ones, and 1 green or brown. So 2 of them are called goddess candles. One is to represent Benzaiten, and another is to represent an animal associated with her, with which you feel close. It could be a dragon, snake, fox, or turtle. So 1 goddess candle would be for Benzaiten, the other one for the animal. And then near you, you would have a personal candle to represent yourself on the left, and an intent candle, which is the one that represents what your intention is, in green or brown on the right. And I'll explain it further now. You need also salt water or another sacred water of your choice, any symbol of money, an incense burner, and an incense for prosperity, which you can use clover, pine, bergamot, or any incense that says incense for prosperity. And it goes like this. You're gonna put the candles in 4 corners in the altar in front of you. God is an animal spirit furthest away from you. The personal candle placed in the left in front of you, and to the right of you, the green or brown. In the middle, you're gonna place the incense burner and the money, or whatever symbol of money you have. You're gonna light the candles and invoke the goddess. You're gonna think about what you're grateful for. What are your blessings, especially during the last year if you're doing this in the new year. And you envision yourself having the prosperity you desire in the upcoming year as if you're having it now. And when you have done that visualization, you're going to take some salt water and anoint the money with the salt water and thank the goddess for the blessings. Are there any questions so far? So if you want to have an incense of prosperity, you can use 2 spoons of frankincense, 1 spoon of citron, and 1 spoon of lemon balm to make that incense. Here is the recipe for prosperity oil: 1 drop of cinnamon oil, 2 drops of nutmeg oil, and 1/4 cup of carrier oils, like olive oil would be fine. If you want to have a witch bottle with the blessings of Benzaiten with you so that you can anoint yourself: honeysuckle flowers, basil, cedar, and rice. No particular amount. And you can just have her bless them. So the way you do it is you place the herbs together in a clear glass bottle. And when the bottle is full, you seal the bottle shut with white wax. Decorate the bottle with lucky charms, such as a gemstone or a key. You hold the bottle and visualize the blessing that you would like Benzaiten to bring to your life. For a new start, when under difficult circumstances, you're going to 2 or 3 days before your new ventures begin, you're going to call upon Benzaiten so that everything goes well. Whether your new beginning excites you or scares you, Benzaiten's dragon is an excellent symbol of courage. So now we're going to actually use the dragon and not just Benzaiten, not just the goddess, but the dragon itself. And that what you need is a material to draw it or to create it. It could be a 2 or a 3-dimensional dragon. It could be with clay, with wood, with newspaper and glue, with wire, with paints. It could even be digital. And a small dish of dried tarragon. What you're going to do is you're going to create your power dragon, giving it huge wings so that you can soar high in the clouds to launch your new venture. And that way, anything that's negative stays under you. And you set out your dragon and place next to it the dish of tarragon, which is called the herb of dragon courage. And you're going to say, I have the power. I have the courage. I have the dragon gold. How can I fail? And then you're going to keep the dragon somewhere where you can see it, repeating the chant last thing at night and first thing in the morning in the days before your launch. If possible, add tarragon to meals to remind you that you've got the dragon on your side. You could also buy a tiny ceramic or silver dragon to carry with you for your new beginning as a reminder. And then you can put it in your office or in wherever you're going to be at to remind you that the dragon was there helping you throughout. Any questions on this? So I want to tell you a little bit about dragons. The dragon was one of the early symbols of the great mother goddess of the matriarchies. So before the patriarchies came, the mother goddess was symbolized by a dragon. It was considered then sacred, and it was considered benevolent. When the patriarchy came, they started to make it fierce. Its serpent body symbolized, at the time of the matriarchy, it symbolized matter and life-giving water of creation. Its wings symbolized spirit and the breath of life. It was used as an emblem for divinity and royalty in Babylon, Egypt, China, Japan, Greece, and Rome. The Chinese Manchu dynasty, the Phoenicians, and the Saxons all showed it as enthroned, a symbol of the power of the ruler. The Chinese dragon symbolized the masculine yang power, very high spiritual power, and it meant the emperor itself. It symbolized the emperor. This connection with imperial power carried over to England and Wales. However, the Western world hunted dragons, while the Oriental heroes did not hunt them. The Oriental dragon looks terrible and fierce, and is shaped like a huge serpent with 4 legs and no wings. It is a symbol of prosperity, hidden secrets, rain, and wisdom. Think about this. It was a symbol of the 5-toed imperial dragon that was reserved for emperors. So emperors would actually have the seal of the 5-toed dragon, the imperial dragon, that only was reserved for emperors. It was not reserved for any other official. And you know that dragons watch over treasures. They watch over gems and pearls. So a dragon is a symbol of hidden secrets. It is said that the dragons will leave their mountain caves or their watery homes in the spring to bring fertilizing rains. And pearls are said to bring courage and wisdom to humans who find them scattered after the rain. So if you find a pearl after rain, it's a symbol of the dragon telling you, I'm bringing you wisdom, or I'm bringing you courage. A symbol of wisdom, as it was once the image of the national flag of China. And here's a fun fact. The guardian of the mansions of the gods was the Chinese celestial dragon Tianlong. He also prevented the deities from falling out of their heavenly realm. Okay, right? So any white spirit animals that come to you, they come for change and transformation. And Benzaiten's animals are all white. So when she comes to you to help you to transform, to grow, to evolve, to become enlightened, you will also notice that there's a lot of white energy around her. In spiritual definitions, the dragon represents the supernatural, infinity itself, and the spiritual powers of change and transformation. Now, the dragon can come any color. It still will be spiritual powers of change and transformation. Whereas other animals will come with that reason if they come in white. If your dragon is any other color, it can mean any of these things. The magical attributes of a dragon: protection, instruction in the spiritual. So if you want to be educated in spirituality, the dragon can help you. For element magic. So if you want to use an elemental, fire, air, or an earth, the dragon can help you with that magical element. A dragon can help you using this by using the spiritual to transform your life. So again, helping you in spirituality. They'll add courage to face a situation, and they'll add extra power to any magic spell. So there's a chant for enlightenment to the dragon that you can do. And I found this in Animal Magic by DJ Conway. Dragons strong and dragons bright, dragons full of wisdom old, teach to me the spiritual light, let me walk in knowledge bold. Dragon fire, lift me higher. And if you have a child that is sick, you can use the following incantation while focusing on healing energies for your baby. Mother dragon of unborn fold, father dragon of wisdom of old, a child of yours is of ill health, in serious need of your bountiful wealth. Your blessings and healing is what he or she needs. You are in power to sow this seed. Bring love and comfort unto this child. Now this spell is a spell that you could do with Benzaiten and the dragon both. It is a powerful spell and it is not for beginners. You will need an image of Benzaiten, an image of a dragon, a flame, a candle will do, and the will to acquire more power, especially if you want it for psychic development. Before beginning, you're going to clear the energy in the room, declare that room to be sacred space, ground yourself with breathing or otherwise, and protect yourself with whatever type of protection visualization you usually use. You're going to look at the image of Benzaiten and ask her to be present. And this is the only time that you will use the goddess. Looking at the image of Benzaiten. Ask her to be present. And when you feel that she has heard you, you're going to sit with the image of a dragon close enough to you at eye level that this is all that you could easily focus on. And then you're going to place the flame between yourself and it. So you're seeing the dragon behind that flame. You're going to focus your power upon it and envision all the attributes of the dragon that you would like to acquire, whether it's wisdom, strength, magical power, psychic development, eloquence, whatever it is that you want. Envision the flames jetting out, fueled by Benzaiten's power and fueled by the dragon, and sapping these attributes from the dragon's image and carrying them to you. So you're going to feel this energy coming to you. It really requires concentration, intense concentration. And when you feel the flames carry the powers of the dragon back to you, you will feel a sudden surge throughout your body, much like all your muscles tightening at once. Keep up your concentration as long as possible. And when you are ready to let go, then you release. And you will notice after this that you have increased energy, more physical strength, and you feel empowered. You feel powerful. This ritual can be repeated as many times as needed for increased results. As a side effect, I have noticed the spell brings an increased control over the fire element. When you are in need, ask Benzaiten, goddess of everything that flows, to provide it. Her white sea dragon, its name is Hakuja, from the Isle of Enoshima, will also offer you double protection, increased clarity of mind, and healing. Notice that Benzaiten is goddess of everything but healing. But the dragon comes with healing. So together, there is nothing that they cannot bring to your life. If you want to hear more about her, you can go to Facebook groups and just type in Benzaiten. And here you're going to find more information on how she's becoming more and more the goddess of divine feminine, not just in Japan, but in the Western world too. There's some resources used. orderwhitemoon.org. Thank you for coming. I'm going to bring Lisette over so that she can do a meditation. We have plenty of time for that, have 15 minutes left. And she is going to lead us in a meditation to meet the goddess. Our next Goddess Connection Circle is April 5th to meet Goddess Hathor. Take it away, Lisette.
Thank you. That is an amazing presentation. Wow. I am sure the goddess is beyond pleased because that was beautiful. Beautiful presentation. And thank you for introducing us to this amazing goddess. Beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. All right, so now we're going to do a meditation, a more like a journey visualization, where you get an opportunity to meet with the goddess and give her something, or you get to share something that you want to bring into your life, or that you want to, maybe you want to communicate to her, or you want to communicate to someone. She's going to give you that opportunity. Okay. So as with all journeys and with all meditations, it's very personal. What you get is what you get, and it's your connection to the goddess, and what you experience is what counts. So whatever comes to you, go with it and enjoy the experience. So if you want to, you can close your eyes, you can turn off your camera, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. For the ladies that are watching this replay later, if you want to leave a message in the chat, you can. I'm so sorry. Just get some water before we start. If you want to leave a message in the chat, you can, about your experience with the meditation. So sorry about that. Okay. So I'd like you all to close your eyes as we begin this journey. Because Benzaiten is a goddess of everything that flows, and she is also a goddess of the ocean, and she's a goddess of so much more. We begin our journey on a beautiful island, this mystical island where she is located. Notice that this island is surrounded by water. You are standing in the shore. As you are walking, enjoying the sights of a beautiful, beautiful island full of trees, very green. Take a deep breath and smell the salt air. And as you're walking, you notice that there is a cave, big cave that is coming up. Notice that the entrance of the cave seems dark, as most caves are. But as you get a little closer, you notice glowing, fiery light and warmth that seems to be emanating from this cave. As you approach the entrance, you notice that there are glowing eyes that are coming closer. And as you step back, you notice that there is the head of an enormous white dragon that peeks its head. It's a gentle dragon. It is all white, and it is so huge. The only thing that you can see at this point is the tip of his head as he looks at you. You wonder why he's looking. And then in the next moment, you see a beautiful woman materialize in front of you, and you realize that the dragon is actually there for protection and to hold the space, as it is gentle and non-threatening, but it has an aura of peace that you feel as you are standing there watching this unfold. This beautiful woman in front of you is dressed in a long blue kimono. She is wearing a white prayer shawl around her shoulders, covering a good portion of her dark blue kimono. She has long black hair with a bun at the top of her head and black straight hair flowing down from it. She has oriental features and her skin glows. She's beautiful and peaceful. And normally she shows up with a biwa or a mandolin, but this time, interesting enough, she's there with a microphone. She smiles, and you know instinctively that you are looking at the goddess Benzaiten. As she gently puts the microphone close to you, she instructs you to please talk into the microphone. This is not just an ordinary microphone. It is a magical microphone. It is a microphone of forgiveness, of manifestation. Whatever you speak into this microphone, you bring it into reality. So here is your opportunity to either manifest a wish or give her a request that you wish for, or if you want to say, I'm sorry, or communicate with someone that is not around you, and you do not have the opportunity to do so, this is your moment, because this is a magical microphone, a microphone that provided by the goddess for your healing and for your health. So I'll give you a moment to go ahead and speak into this microphone and speak to the goddess. What is in your heart, what you wish for, or what you wish to communicate? Now that you have had the opportunity to speak into this microphone, to tell the goddess what your wishes are or what you're hoping to communicate, she removes the microphone and tells you to extend your hand. In it, she places a beautiful green jade, a round jade piece that is glowing and is beautiful. She tells you, this is my gift. Take this jade and place it into your heart. And as this jade melts into your heart, know that you have established a connection with me. This is your bridge to speak to me, to talk to me. And I will hear you. I will come and I will be by your side when you need it. And when I do, I will bring my dragon. I will bring my white dragon that will hold space, will protect, and provide healing. And all you need to do is just ask. And as you stand there holding that piece of jade in your hand, she slowly fades out of your sight. The white dragon looks at you once more, and pops his head back into the cave. And as you stand there, take a deep breath. Once again, you smell the salt air. And you look at the waves as they're crashing against the shore. And you know that your magical moment with the goddess Benzaiten has passed. And it is time to go back to where you came from. So as you walk on the shore, you continue to walk. Now you're no longer walking on the shore. You're slowly coming into the room, coming into your chair. And once again, you are back. And whenever you feel ready, you may open your eyes. Any thoughts of your experience with the journey? Did you have an opportunity to meet with her and feel her? Wonderful. Wonderful. I hope everybody enjoyed this circle. Thank you, Marlu. That was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. And please, Marlu has set up an awesome Facebook group called Benzaiten in America. I suggest everybody log on, ask to become a member and participate. You'll get to learn so much about Benzaiten, and she's just amazing. She's a beautiful goddess. And Marlu does a beautiful ceremony every Friday that she does to connect to this goddess. And it's free, and all you have to do is let her know what are your petitions. As you can tell, she's a goddess of so many things, of everything that flows. So any flow that you need in your life, in every way, this is a great goddess to connect to. So I hope you have enjoyed the circle. Next month, we will meet Hathor, goddess of love in the Egyptian pantheon. And for today, I bid you farewell. And goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Lisette.
You're welcome. Thank you.